We're joined by Coach Hammon, Las Vegas Aces coach, an opening statement on the 117-80 victory over the Mercury and heading to the semifinals.
Obviously happy to put a team away. It's always hard to put a team away. I thought they came out through a heck of a punch in the first quarter. And so we needed to kind of buckle in defensively, which they did. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I got into them pretty good and they responded. So happy to be moving on. Probably my favorite stat of the night is 31 assists on 41 field goals, because it's been our mantra all year. It's been what I'm preaching to them. You know, when we share, everybody gets more. I know it seems counterintuitive. The more you give away, the less you have, but it's actually the opposite. The more you give, the more you'll get back, because you're one set of hands giving, but there's four giving back to you. So that's been kind of my non-negotiable the whole year. And so when something like that pops out on the stat sheet, I always like to give them kudos.
Hey Becky, congrats on the win. I think you set a record in both regular season and playoffs with 23 made threes tonight. What was just getting you guys such good looks?
Just sharing it. I mean, every defense is gonna take away something, and so it's just a matter of making the right read. You see two get rid of it. It all looks good when the ball goes in the hole too. So the other night we had some good looks and it didn't go in and wasn't so pretty. Nice for everybody to kind of see the ball go through the hoop, get a little swagger going into this next round, because the next round is going to be dogfight.
Looked like Liliana took a shot there near the end. Kia with a little bit of an ankle twist. Is there anything to worry about there? Is there any update about their kind of availability?
Well, since we didn't play for a week, we'll have plenty of time to recover. I'm sure they'll be good to go.
Well, yeah, Coach, you also started the game with the playoff record, made your first 10 shots. Did you feel like just from the beginning there was just I guess a locked on feeling in terms of offense?
Honestly, I was so mad about the defense. I didn't notice. You know, I called the early timeout because they were on pace for taking about 40 in the quarter. They had 9 about 2.5 minutes in. And so I was turning all sorts of colors of red, probably. But yeah, I mean, it's this team, but we have to play out of our defense. And when we do that, you know, we don't want to be trading buckets. I thought the Shield gave us problems. So once we kind of made the adjustments and locked in, I think she had 2 points in the second half. But we don't want to have to take those kind of punches, you know. Going into it, I want our defense locked in. I've always told them offense is offense, it's whatever. I want defense. But obviously tonight, the offense was special, so I'd be amiss to not give them credit. They played the right way. It's a good way to get into this next round, but honestly, I didn't even know we were 10 for 10. I was so bad at the defense.
Coach Trini and Barry with Anointed Radio. Let's talk about the bench. We talk about the starters all the time, but the bench came in and dropped almost 30 points, got the house fired up to finish off the game, didn't let up at all. Just talk about how you keep them engaged the whole game and they come in with the same intensity, ready to go.
I just try to, you know, I was the last person on the bench for a year or two in New York, my first year. So I know what it's like to be sitting down there. And so I always try to engage them in certain ways, keep them firing, keep them motivated. I mean, I think what this bench does though that's special is whether they play. I mean, you all see them, they are acting up over there. I mean, they are hyped for their teammates. So that's one thing I gave them. I don't know if they're you know, drinking shots of espresso or whatever, but they come ready to celebrate their teammates' accomplishments, and that's them. That's who they are as people. I think it's one of the most important pieces in a bench pertaining to chemistry. That whether you play, I mean, Sydney Coast is probably one of the best examples of that. KB, I mean, you could go down the line. They are all ready to go, but they're locked in because they're engaged in the game and authentically pulling for their teammates. So it's not any button I have to push. They come ready. That's who they are. That's why they're there. And it's a nice thing that I don't have to worry about, honestly. Those 9, 10, 11, 12 type guys, girls, that may or may not play, but they're engaged every time, are the kind of chemistry and character people you want sitting there on the end of your bench, because they're consistent in who they are.
Coach, understanding that you weren't here last year to watch the finish in this postseason or in the Aces postseason run, were you able to kind of sense a different type of energy from your team aside from playoff energy, seeing the Mercury jersey on the other side?
I was not here, but I did watch the entire series. So I don't think, in ways the two are comparable. I think they're a much different team. I think we're a much different team. It was about who's the opponent standing in front of us and let's go after them. That's it. If it was personal for them, they didn't let me know about it.
And about a month ago, Coach, I asked you, how do you right the ship at home? Since then, 7 straight victories, including 2 in the postseason. I revisit the question. How are you able to right the ship?
And I go back to, there was a stretch right before we hit our rough patch in late June, early July, where, we were winning some games, but we weren't playing well. We battled through that, to their credit. We had, I told you, come in the Jesus moment after the All-Star game. And really since then, we've had a quarter or two that has gotten away from us, that's bit us in the hind end, but they've really been locked in and playing with each other on both ends for the most part. I mean, like I said, barring a couple quarters here and there, for the most part, they've been solid. That doesn't mean we win every game, but there's a way to win and there's a way to lose. And, their commitment to each other continues to grow. And like I told them at the break, I said, look, you guys have always had enough talent, but this ain't a talent show. It's a 5-on-5 game. And if we play together, we'll be great. And if we don't, we will be average. So decide. They want me to wrap it up because I'm sure they have dinner plans. So I would like to introduce Chelsea Gray and Asia Wilson to the stand.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Coach. We'll be right back.
Can I do it with them or no? Hell no, I got dinner plans too.
And then you go over dinner. We got a week to be able to do that dinner.